What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Union Air Jordan 4 Retro SP in the Off-Noir colorway. Today's video is sponsored by StockX, and for all my Canadian viewers out there, this is a message you'll want to listen to. The rumors are true. StockX is actually coming to Canada this October, and they're opening their first authentication center right here in Toronto. I know a lot of you guys can relate. The biggest pain point living in Canada and buying shoes from overseas is easily the taxes and all the extra duties that we pay bringing those shoes across the border. With the introduction of StockX Canada, there's going to be less duties and taxes that we're paying. So yes, if you buy things internationally and from the US, we're still subject to paying those fees, but for any StockX purchases we make from a seller in Canada, we're not subject to any of those duties. So that is going to be a huge win for Canadian buyers. In addition to that, StockX will show us what the upfront duties and taxes will be, so we'll know the all-in cost right when we click buy, as opposed to waiting for a surprise bill from UPS, from FedEx, or from DHL. Finally, as sellers, you're gonna get your payout faster, and as buyers, you're gonna get your shoes faster because the Toronto Center eliminates crossing the border, which means crossing customs, which is oftentimes the bottleneck in the process. So as a frequent buyer, I'm very excited for StockX Canada, and stay tuned for more updates soon to come. Jumping back to the shoes, the Union Jordan 4, this Off-Noir colorway released alongside a Guava pair, along with two other pairs of shoes on August 29th. So I already reviewed the Guava Jordan 4s, so if you haven't seen that, I'll add a link to that video down in the description box below. So the Guava pair was a Union exclusive, but this Off-Noir pair is slated for a wider release sometime in October. They retailed for $250 US, which translates to about 340 Canadian dollars, and the official colorway for this shoe is Off-Noir, Brigade Blue, Dark Smoke Gray, and Light Fusion Red. So here's a quick look at the box, and this comes in the same box that the Guava 4s came in. It's a very nice design, special for this limited release, and we have Michael Jordan's hands at the very top, with Union branding done in the script lettering, and then the bottom of the box is done in this light blue shade. Inside the box, there's also this graphic of Michael Jordan on the paper, which adds to the whole unboxing experience of this pair. Taking a deep dive into the shoe, this Jordan 4 silhouette has been changed and altered, so if you're wondering why it looks a little bit different, don't worry, it actually is. On the toe box, here we have this black colored mesh, and then surrounding the outer edge of the toe box and the base of the toe box where the laces start, here we have this black colored suede with contrast white stitching. The bottom lace crown, this is done in this white colored TPU, and then next to this we have this white colored netting with this yellow tag at the bottom with Union LA branding. The top lace crown is done in this faded red color, and then below this we have this translucent wing, but unlike your traditional Jordan 4s, the wing itself is filled out completely, unlike the normal Jordan 4 wing, where this middle portion is always left empty. This black suede covers the majority of the front and the middle of the shoe, but then next to the translucent wing, this is constructed using this Brigade Blue colored nylon. Covering the back heel, we have the signature Jordan heel tab. This is done in black, and we have this Nike Air branding done in red. For the laces, the standard laces they come with is a flat black colored lace, but they also give you a secondary pair of yellow laces, which gives you much more pop, and it complements the Union LA tag on the side perfectly. Underneath the laces, the bottom half of the tongue is lined in that white colored mesh, and straight out of the box, this tongue is stitched downwards, exactly like the Guava 4s. And the reason for this is according to Chris Gibbs, who owns and runs Union LA. He used to always roll his tongue downwards and rock his 4s in this way. So by doing this, it's a nod to his past. But if you're not a fan of this, I know a lot of people aren't, you can very easily unstitch this by cutting off this yellow stitching and then simply just rolling the tongue back up. So when you do this like I did, it reveals this white tag with the Jumpman logo and Union branding in the center. You'll also notice that the outer edge of the tongue has this unfinished look to it, and we have this exposed foam in black. The interior of these Jordan 4s is lined in this blue colored textile, and then taking out the insole, these come with a polyurethane insole lined in black fabric, and on the bottom of the heel we have the Jumpman and Union branding pressed on in red. Hanging off the shoe, they also give you this blue colored Union Jordan hang tag, which was another nice little added bonus. So the upper of these Jordan 4s sits atop this polyurethane foam midsole, which is entirely done in this vintage looking off-white or yellow colored midsole. Underneath the heel, we have this cutout which reveals the Nike Air sole unit that's found within the midsole, and in this case, the Air unit itself is done in this yellow color. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your classic Jordan 4 outsole. So for the most part, the outsole is done in this vintage looking yellow colored rubber, but we have this hit of black on the forefoot and blue in the center, and it's finished off with Nike branding in red. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. In terms of sizing, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I got these in a size 10. Simply put, if you have narrow or normal width feet, I would recommend sticking true to size, and even if your feet are a little bit on the wider end, I think true to size would work. However, if you have really wide feet, I'd probably recommend going up a half size because this pinky toe area, it's a little bit narrow, and I know the Jordan 4 causes a lot of issues for wide footers. Specifically, there's a lot of pain and discomfort with their pinky toes because it gets smashed up against the side of the shoe. So for me, sticking true to size, it gave me a nice snug fit, but if I was to wear these for many hours in a day, then I might have some issues on my pinky toe. Next up, in terms of comfort, so these Jordan 4s feel pretty much like all my other Jordan 4s, despite the fact that there's a polyurethane insole. To be honest, it's not the most comfortable retro on the market, but it'll be fine for just an everyday casual use shoe. But let's be honest, we're not buying these Union 4s specifically for the comfort. Last but not least, quickly touching upon the quality and the craftsmanship on this pair. Overall, I'd say that it's built very similarly to the Guavas. So with that said, the quality of the suede was decent. It wasn't the absolute best that I've seen. The actual craftsmanship and the way Jordan Brand put the shoe together, I had zero complaints about. This being more of a premium shoe, being a very special collab, in hand at least, it does feel like it's a little bit more elevated, but I'm talking strictly Jordan Brand. If I'm comparing the quality of the materials across other brands, then I'd say that it's pretty good as far as Jordan Brand goes, but it's not at the same level, unfortunately, as, for example, a lot of New Balance shoes. With all that being said, now let's lace up these Off-Noir Union Jordan 4s and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. Between this one and the Guava pair, I still prefer the look of the Guavas overall. When the first images of the shoe leaked, and my very vocal, very negative reaction that I had was based off of my impression on this pair. To me, the biggest reason why I changed my opinion was finding out that you can unstitch the tongue and roll it back up. After doing that, it looks much more like a traditional Jordan 4, and I'll definitely eat my words and admit that my opinion has changed. With this specific pair though, while it looks much better than my initial reaction, there's something about the colors that they use on the upper that still throws me off just a little bit. Sometimes I'm digging the look of the shoe, and then other times I'll look at it and it still reminds me of a fake pair. With that said though, I'm the type of guy that loves complete collections, so to be honest, while I really like the Guava pair, I'm probably still gonna hold on to this one just to say that I have the complete set. So I'm very curious to know what you guys think of this Off-Noir Union Air Jordan 4. Between this one and the Guava pair, which of the two do you guys prefer? And for the upcoming re-release, if you guys manage to grab a pair of these, is this gonna be a shoe that you're gonna sell, rock, or just display on your shelves? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at sgo8, check out my Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video.